You think this is just a parkour obstacle course until you realize a giant killer rabbit is hunting you. Welcome to Finding Frankie. The game starts off innocently enough with a scene full of cereal boxes. Delicious, right? Wrong. Hold it there, Buster. These boxes contain a mysterious tape, your invitation to the ultimate parkour game show. Oh, and your character? He's bought over 769 boxes just to get in. Immediately, you are thrown into the game with one simple promise. Win and you will get a $5 million cash prize. Oh, and by the way, there is a mere 20,000 people watching you. No pressure. So slap on your bunny suit and get ready. 3, 2, 1. That's right, you get eaten literally straight away. Okay, let's try again, but this time let's use the other noobs as bait. Once you finally make it past Frankie, you arrive at the tutorial, so you can learn, how to jump and do parkour things. After you learn on how to jump and, use your legs, you then head over to the party room, where you learn about the game's core mechanic. Breaker boxes. Flip them all on and doors or objects will activate. Then your real first task, find Henry. He's supposedly upstairs. So you take the creepy elevator to the second floor. And oh look, a bunch of dead contestants. And guess what? Henry isn't even there. Of course, the door locks behind you, so through the creepy vent you go. Vent counter 1. Flip some switches. Oh great, more creepy freaking vents. As you find a ladder to escape, Frankie appears, but then, over his radio, someone says, Frankie, like the little beta male he is, backs away. So we'll need to find another way out. Turns out Frankie doesn't like to be called a beta male because a few minutes later he jump scares me and initiates the first chase sequence. After surviving that terrifying furball, you reach the cafeteria parkour zone. Your next mission, find someone called Deputy Duck. After some exploring, you arrive at a place literally called Deputy Duck. And this is where you discover that going out of bounds is freaking terrifying. Make it through the parkour and you reach Deputy Duck's police station. He greets you the only way he knows how, by pecking your face off. So naturally, you throw that little shit at the wall. Deputy Duck actually becomes your companion, equipped with a flashlight and a radar. And our next mission is to explore with Deputy Duck. And now it's time for, you guessed it, more creepy vents. Eventually, you meet the man himself, Henry Hotline, and he definitely looks like he's been smoking crack since the photos were taken. To escape his damn crack dungeon, you need to follow the power lines and ring 6 phones. Do that and you're free. As you arrive at the escape tunnel and start crawling, Henry grabs your leg, begging for just $1 more. You sad, sad crack addict. Tragedy strikes as Deputy Duck gets left behind in the chase. After more running and more parkour, you find yourself in a bathroom where you can hear Henry getting absolutely wrecked by someone. To leave the bathroom, you guessed it, you have to go through another freaking vent. Anyway, you drop down and a new minigame begins. Obstacles come at you faster and faster, and once you beat that, you get to drop down into the back rooms of the park. An ominous door labeled Frankie's Frosted Peak requires 2 doors to open. So while wandering, you meet your favorite crackhead again. Henry tells you no one has ever made it this far and thanks you for how the show's ratings are skyrocketing. As a reward, he gives you Deputy Duck back. After getting Deputy Duck back, for whatever reason, this guy just decides to explode. So yeah, that happened. So off you go, exploring again with your newly revived and slightly traumatized friend. Then you run into a creepily happy version of Frankie. I'll just let him explain why he's in the game.
Lucky contestant! What a surprise! Don't worry your mask-covered head. I'm the real Frankie, and totally not a lazily written plot device to add a twist to the story to keep our viewers entertained, so we can avoid going bankrupt.
Now, you must enter 2 new attractions, the water park and the trampoline park. Complete the water park challenge and a giant cereal box is lowered with a key attached. Then onto the trampoline park, where you jump through hoops and absolutely obliterate these tiny little creatures called noobs. After exploding their tiny little skulls, you receive the second key. Time to head back to Frankie's Frosted Peak. As you open the door to Frankie's Frosted Peaks, a beautiful display of dead bodies. How lovely. As you start climbing the peak, the entire place begins to flood with slime. More god tier parkour later, you reach a dimly lit corridor with a sign, Hexa Havoc. Then, everything crumbles beneath you, and just as you're about to save yourself, Happy Frankie he slaps your hand away, sending you plummeting. That bitch is pure evil. And now it's time for the final showdown. And if you've ever played Minecraft Spleef, this is your moment. The way the game works, tiles disappear shortly after stepping on them. There are 4 levels, fall off the last one and you're dead. And make it even harder, Frankie is chasing you and explosive noobs are being launched from cannons. Survive for 2 minutes, then pull the cannon overload switch. All the noobs will get released and oh, would you look at that, Frankie gets absolutely RKO'd. And the game is over. Wait, what about the 5 million, you may ask? Well, after that traumatizing experience, you finally receive your well-earned reward. Time for a nice vacation, right? Wrong. The announcer inflates your ego, telling you that you're now a star and you should stay on the show for another season. Obviously, you disagree, right? Right? No, you agree. And now it cuts to a scene where you're standing with Happy Frankie and you will be the star on season 2.
Yeah, I know we'll be alright. Will you be here for it all? Even when I'm feeling gone, I'm excited for the fall. Maybe my problems will be gone. Maybe my problems will be gone.